Do you think this is a dumb idea?
No.
I really like that. That could be my new intro. That's really good. Is this good? Is this a good angle of me?
Yeah, rolling.
Oh, hey. Welcome to Drive 615. Let's go for a drive. Welcome to Drive 615. My name is Byron Glover Jr. For those of you that are new, Drive 615 is an automotive YouTube channel based in Nashville, Tennessee, where we aim to bring you interesting automotive content as well as informative automotive reviews. Today's automotive review is the 2019 Mazda 6 Signature. I've had this vehicle as a press car from Mazda for the past week. Have been able to put nearly 400 miles on it, taken on a nice little road trip out of town, and I'm going to share with you my experience with it thus far, the things I love about it, and the things I'm not so fond of as well. But let's just start out with the look of the car. This is the highest trim level, the Mazda Signature. As this car sits right now, fully spec'd out, $36,250. To me, this does not look like a $36,000 car. In my opinion, it looks way more expensive. The color spec on this is machine gray metallic. That's a $300 option, which I think that plays a part in what makes this vehicle look so well. It just looks so upscale and so sleek and so classy. You come around here, we've got 19-inch 10-spoke alloy wheels. Just the whole package. It's just a good looking vehicle. So as you can tell, I'm a tall guy. I'm nearly 6'6" tall. So for me, headroom plays a big part in the type of vehicle that I get. So we're gonna step in here, see how we do on headroom. We're actually pretty good, honestly. So I got maybe, a couple inches, not a ton, but again, I'm 6'6", so anyone else any shorter than that will be plenty comfortable. Let's take a look in the rear though. I'm thinking we're gonna lose a little bit of headroom due to the slanted nature of this vehicle. Let's take a look and see. If I were to sit up straight, I mean, I'm kind of squishing in here a little bit, but again, I am an anomaly at 6'6" tall. Most people should be fine. Maybe if you're 6'2" or below, you'll fit fine in the rear. Anyone should fit fine in the front unless you're over 7 feet tall. Let's see what's under the hood of this baby. To release the hood, there's a little pull tab right here. Hear that release. There's a slide down button right here. So you can see that little lever, you push that to the right, that's how you're gonna open the hood. It is a really heavy hood. Either I'm getting weak or it's getting heavy. Now you do need to prop this open here, you pop it out there. Sit in here. One thing to note, be careful, please hold it right here because this is extremely hot. Oh, ow. So if you're gonna pop the hood, make sure you utilize this because it gets warm. Turbocharged, direct injection, 4-cylinder, 227 horsepower, 310 pound-foot of torque, coming from a front-wheel drive. Not a high horsepower number, but again, the driving experience of this car is really fun with the front-wheel drive. The turbo, it's just all in. It's a good little package. One thing I don't like either, and I noticed this when I was at the gas station, got out of my car, shut my door, came around here to open it up. It is not an automatic open. In actuality, come down through here, gonna pull back here on this tab. This is actually a line that goes all the way back that actually opens it up. Super simple through here, actually. And I do like this, how you can set your cap right in there. That way it's not dangling around, hitting the paint. Tucks in there nicely. Right back in. Good to go. As far as trunk space goes, you got 14.7 cubic feet, or about 2 of me. Fairly simple back here though. Not much going on. You pop this up, this will give you access to your full-size spare tire through here, some tire accessories. But really, it's very simple. There's no hooks, there's no nothing. There's a little storage compartment over here on the left and right. That's about it. Pulling back on these 2 tabs right here will drop down your seats, but they won't do it automatically. Once you pull those, you'll need to pull them down yourself. Hello. But Again, simple is actually sometimes better. Not a lot to worry about right here. You just put your items in, you're good to go. There is no automatic soft close of the rear boot. There is a handle right here, but it's kind of odd because you're kind of like having to pull it down on you, and it actually hit your shirt right there. So you could just put your fingers up on the paint. I'm against that, so I'll utilize the handle and I'll slide my hand out quick enough and we're good to go. Also back here on the rear bumper, we've got different parking sensors. I do like how these are painted in that machine gray metallic, so they're body painted, so it kind of flows in nicely, doesn't really break up the flow of the vehicle, having, you know, big black patches throughout. One thing you'll notice about the center console back here is it looks really sleek, nothing really breaking up the lines, and that's because there's not a handle. So the only way to really get this down is to kind of stick your hand in here and pull it down, revealing your 2 cup holders, your heated seat adjustments for the rear. Really do like that, nice feature, well done. Flop this open here and you got 2 USB ports as well. Perfect place to put your phone. Plug it right in. You can shut this nice and compact. You can actually shut it even with your phone charging. But again, no handle here to pull it down. Not a big deal, but it's something to note. This parchment Napa leather in this vehicle is very plush, very comfortable. Look through here, we got perforation through the rear seats. This nice little chrome strip right through here. This is because this is the Signature model, or the highest tier level. Of course, we have the Touring, the Grand Touring, the Grand Touring Reserve, the Sport, and then this Mazda 6 Signature. Show you guys one more thing that I find unique. When I was vacuuming out this car, I noticed up under the passenger side floor mat, you pop this open, there's a piece of plastic right here that says VIN. You pop that open, it's got your VIN number here on the inside, in addition to the one in the front windshield. Pretty unique, never seen a VIN number in the floor mat. We're gonna do a 0 to 60 pull from 0. So with me and my channel, driving is a big part of it. You know, I absolutely love getting out on the road, actually experiencing a vehicle and sharing my experiences with you. For Mazda, driving matters as well. I don't drive a lot of front wheel drive vehicles, but it's a pretty fun vehicle. Accelerate too fast out of a corner or go a little bit too fast when you're going around a bend, the tires will actually break loose a little bit and squeal. So we'll demonstrate that here. Don't know if you could hear that little squeal, but pretty fun car, honestly. I'm used to driving a lot of supercars and performance vehicles, but this car still puts a smile on my face, honestly. There's a few different ways to drive it. You can drive it as we're driving right now. We just have the car in drive. We can pop this over into manual mode. Shifting up, drops you down a gear, so we're in 3rd gear, 2nd gear. It will actually, as you can see there, it would not let me drop down into 1st gear, so now we're into 1st. So you do have some flexibility as to where you can shift it, but the car won't let you brake itself, so it is dummy proof to a certain extent. So that is the 2nd way to drive it, and then finally the 3rd way to drive it is utilizing the paddle shifts on the rear of the steering wheel. One thing to note is they're fairly small. I mean, they're about this large, and they are very close to the stock. So they're close to the stock right here, which utilizes the windshield, and they're close to the stock over here for the turn signal and the lights. So if you've got big hands or long fingers like me, it is kind of easy to get close when you're shifting, that you could kind of turn on the windshield wipers like that. That was a little bit of an exaggeration, but if you weren't fully paying attention, you want to come in here and shift, you definitely do need to be conscious of what you're moving with on the backside. So we do have this nice sunroof right here. There is no power retractor of this sunshade. You just simply slide it right back, easy enough. A big thing with me is the experience of utilizing some of these features. So let's go ahead and open up the sunroof. Now, you do get a little bit of wind noise. We're cruising right now at around 50 miles an hour. But on the plus side, you don't get that horrible thumping noise that you get a lot of times from vehicles. Certain vehicles have aerodynamics to where when you have one window cracked and not the other, or the sunroof open, it's a real bad thumping noise like a helicopter. Thankfully, this one does not have it, so you can cruise with your windows up, sunroof down, and enjoy your day. So here we are behind the wheel of the Mazda 6. This car is a push to start vehicle, so put your foot on the brake. We'll push to start right here. We'll get a nice little Mazda 6 icon there, as well as up here on the infotainment system. I do really like how there's a nice blend between digital on the speedometer here in the center and analog on the outer sides for your RPMs, as well as your oil temp and fuel gauge. I think it's just a nice blend, something unique where you can also change between here. Watch this, you push here on this stalk, that will change between miles per hour and kilometers per hour with just a click of a button. Pretty cool. As far as the steering wheel goes, fairly simple. Your right side is going to be your cruise control area where you can adjust the distance between the vehicle in front of you. You can turn it on and off here and also set and reset your speed. Over here is going to be your phone section and radio section. You can adjust your volume, answer a call, hang up a call, and then change through your radio presets here. There is one thing that is definitely missing in this vehicle, and that is going to be a radio seek or radio tune button. These buttons right through here allow you to change between your radio favorites. As you can see, I don't have any favorites set up in this vehicle yet, but if I did, this would allow me to change between those. At this point, can't utilize that. So if I wanted to seek between my radio stations, let's say I wanted to go up to the next station, I have to be on this little icon here, which I can scroll through with this knob down here. So you'll scroll over to next, and then you actually need to physically click it, and that will bump you up to the next radio station. On the plus side though, I really do like this button. It's got a little bit of a diamond knurling design on it and feels really substantial. This is almost like a plasticky leather type material on the top of the button. So on the plus side, you do get to utilize this. On the negative side, there's no easy way to seek or tune between the radio stations quickly. Another thing I love, although it's weird, and I know I like talk a lot about rear view mirrors of a vehicle, but it's often an overlooked thing. I've been in a Lamborghini Aventador-esque $500,000 vehicle, and they skimped out on the rear view mirror. I mean, it's just a part of the vehicle that is in your line of sight for everyone in the vehicle. You, your passengers back here. So it's an important feature that a lot of vehicles manufacturers overlook. And I love this. This frameless design is great. The backup camera and bird's eye view is all right. You do get some distortion here on the outer edges. You do have the flexibility though to be able to adjust the brightness of the camera, the contrast, the tint, and the color. It's almost like you're editing an Instagram photo with regards to your view of the backup camera. Kind of interesting. I haven't seen something like that on a vehicle yet. I think one of my favorite features of the vehicle is that it not only shows you in the top right corner here beside the speedometer the mile per hour zone, it also shows you here on the actual speedometer, indicated in red right there, what the speed is. That way, so when you're driving, you can see whether you're getting close to, above, or below your correct speed. The only flaw with this is that right now we are driving through a school zone, which is limited to 15 miles an hour. The school zone is not present because it is 6 o'clock in the evening. No one is in school. However, this still recognizes it as a school zone. So again, it's not going to be perfect, but for the most part, it's been pretty spot on, and it's just very helpful. Again, you get driving, this car is fairly quick, so you get driving, you don't realize how fast you're going. It's easy just to look down and say, hey, am I above or below the red line? If I'm above it, better slow down before I get a ticket. If I'm below it, better speed up before someone rear ends me. In this case, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. So leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about the Mazda 6? Is this the car for you? Do you like it, love it, hate it, don't mind it? Either way, let me know. I'm curious to know. And if you end up going to get this vehicle from a dealership, let them know that Drive615 sent you. They'll probably have no idea what you mean by that, but either way, it might help me out in the long run. So thanks a lot. See ya. Well, there you have it. That is a review, the 2019 Mazda 6 Signature. Thank you for joining me. For those of you that are already subscribed, thanks a lot. For those of you that are not subscribed, what are you doing? Come on, go ahead and subscribe, turn on the bell thing, and we're good to go. Thanks.